This is a little video about awakening kinesthesia. What is kinesthesia? It's one of our vital internal senses. Most of our sensory, or a lot of our sensory equipment, if you like, eyes, ears, nose, taste, heat, warmth, all of those things are received by us from the external world. But our kinesthesia, our internal sense of ourselves, is another really vital sense to pay attention to. And when we do pay attention to it, it helps us to find our balance, our sense of poise. It affects our quality of movement. And so it's a really important aspect in the whole picture of living in the world and our experience of ourselves and our environment. So this is a practice which helps to awaken and nourish and enrich our internal senses, our sense of ourselves. It's a very simple practice and it takes practice. So we're going to start from the point of view of being somebody who has been blind from birth, of pretending to be somebody who has no visual sense. That sense is not available. I'm going to keep my eyes open, but I'm going to suggest that for the majority of this exercise, the eyes stay closed. So first of all, with the eyes open, take a look at, let's say, your right hand. And then look away again, and for the remainder of this exercise, leave your eyes closed so that you begin to attend to what you can feel. We'll start with the hand. With your eyes closed, you know where your hand is. Notice where your hand is. With your eyes closed, you are able to tell how big is your hand. Is it as big as a house? Is it as small as a mouse? You can tell where it is and what size it is. What shape is it? You can tell that it's not a zigzag. It's not curled up like a piece of string. You know, just from what you can feel, what shape it is. So you know where it is, what size it is, what shape it is. Now pay attention to, is it moving or is it still? You know without looking whether it's moving or still. Is it alive? You know without looking whether it is alive or not alive. And lastly, is it mine? Yeah. You know without a shadow of doubt, with your eyes closed, that this is my hand. And then take a moment to notice the contrast between the hand to which you've been paying so much attention and the other hand. How it feels in this present moment compared to the other hand. You might, as a metaphor, feel that you could offer it a colour or a texture or a description that you could return to, so that when you've practiced this process, going through this process, you could say pink, and that word will bring your whole attention into that complete process, and that will take practice. When you have paid attention to your hand, stay on the same side and give the same attention in this order to your foot, to your leg, meaning from the ankle as far as your buttock on that side, foot, leg, torso. Make sure you have a clear distinguishing line that divides one side from the other, because the value of doing one side at a time means that you are able to make a contrast, a comparison between what it feels like to have your kinesthesia awakened on one side and the difference between that and the other side. So the order after the hand: foot, leg, torso, which means from the buttock to the top of the shoulder here, including the whole of the front, the collarbone, the shoulder blade at the back, the whole torso. And then finally, the arm. That includes the forearm, the upper arm, the collarbone as a bone that belongs to the arm, and the shoulder blade as a bone that belongs to the arm structure. So I've just run through the order of play. Hand, foot, leg, torso, arm, and the enlivening or awakening questions: where, size, shape, alive, not alive, is it mine? Yes, it's mine. So for all of those elements, all of those questions, and then allow that sensation, that kind of enlivened sensation, allow yourself to compare this one side with the other side. Take a little walk and notice any differences you notice. It might be there's some difference in the way in which one side moves compared to the other, in the ease or otherwise. And then when you've taken time to acknowledge that difference, come back and go through the same process with the other side. Take your time and enjoy the beauty of sensation.